First up is Ashley from Little Rock, and she says, I'm 47, and I know it's a little early, but I want to start thinking about retirement planning. What mistakes do I need to avoid, and what should I take into account before getting started?
First of all, Ashley, I just want to give you kudos for thinking about this before age 50. Scott, a lot of times people are not really thinking about retirement this early, and while we really want people to start thinking about it when they get their first paycheck, we also know that that's not ideal. So we're glad that you're looking into this now. So kudos to you, Ashley, for getting started on this. So obviously, there are a lot of things that you really need to avoid. We would narrow this down to about 3 things that we'll kind of go through with you. One of them is to avoid overspending. When you get into your 40s and your 50s, you get to a point where, regardless of what your career path has been, you're making more money probably than you ever have in your life, and there is a tremendous tendency to want to keep up with the Joneses. As I say that, Scott, I realize that's a phrase that we used to say all the time, and I haven't heard it in a minute. So I'm assuming that our listeners understand that
Who are the Joneses?
Yeah, keeping up with the Joneses is like, oh, hey, honey, did you notice our neighbor's got a new car and ours is 8 years old? We need a new car. Or, whatever it is that you notice that other people in your circle or in close proximity to your circle, these people are doing something that you're not doing, taking more vacations or more elaborate vacations, or they have a bigger house or whatever. You stay on your path, whatever your path needs to be, and don't judge your success or failure in life by what other people are doing. So be careful to not overspend and not stretch yourself too thin on the size house you have, the type of vehicle you drive. That list goes on and on, Scott.
Yeah, and in this day of social media, it is much easier to fall into those traps.
Yes.
There's no question about it. You're not just looking across the street at your neighbor.
Yeah.
You're reading Facebook, or you're looking at Facebook, and everybody lives their best lives on Facebook,
Yeah.
right? And it is real tempting to think about, well, I'm going to start doing those things too. And I'll point out, it's not even that you can't do them. It's just it can't be at the sacrifice of what you're doing in your retirement planning.
Yeah, I would agree.
So when it comes back to the planning part of this, how much do you need to be contributing to reach your goals? So when you talk about being 47, it's certainly not too early to think about, well, what kind of income am I going to want to live on in retirement, and how much do I need to have saved and invested to be able to provide myself that income? Once you have those answers, you'll know that you're on track, and then you'll know what kind of cash flow you have in addition to that, potentially, to buy those things and to live the lifestyle that you want. Go ahead.
So